everyone. I just came back from an amazing trip and I didn't do a lot of videotaping, but I did do a bit of shopping. And if you know me, you know I love maximalist decor style. I love DIYing, so you know I had to get a bunch of DIY supplies while I was there as well. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a haul of all the fun things that I have and maybe come up with a few ideas of what I want to do with them, but I'm also extremely interested in what you have to say. My first stop was in Rome, and I went to one of the more famous flea markets whose name is escaping me, something like Borghese or something. Hopefully I'll put it right here. And I was kind of working on my, bargaining skills and another language. So I had the numbers down, and I know, the pleases and the thank yous and stuff like that. And that can get you pretty far, actually. So one of the things I got was this bust. She's a lady. I have a lot of busts, but I don't have that many females. It's really difficult to find them for whatever reason. I don't know, maybe our society just doesn't value women. In any case, she obviously came on something else, but that doesn't deter me. I love a good bust, and I love something that I can repurpose. So she might go in a display of other busts or to brighten up something else. And then I found this lady, another female bust, or maybe she's a vase. I don't know. She was giving me White Lotus vibes, so you know how to get her. She had little lemon things. I believe this is from more of like a Sicilia situation. And, I could put like a test tube in there with a flower. So I might play around with that as like an actual vase, or she could become another bust with my lady friend over here. One of the other things I found from this trip was just this little charcoal, maybe ink sketch. Maybe she's charcoal. What do you guys think? I don't know. It was like a feminine kind of day. I had a lot of lady stuff going on. So she inspired me a bit. I need to think of a really good way of how to mount her right now. I just put her on this little handstand that I have. There's probably a better way, especially because this is floppy, to, put her in something, maybe wedge between two pieces of glass. But I'll take any opinions you guys have in the comments below. So my next stop was in Florence, beautiful city, lots of old things. And I was looking for old things. That's like my jam. I mean, I can go on and on about how gorgeous the city was, but I also loved all the little goodies that you could find in these kind of mercantinos, they were called, just little antique stores. And one of them was this outdoor one, and there was a lady who is known as like the button lady. She has tons of buttons, she had tons of embroideries, and this was like a DIY heaven for me. So I love to pick up those kinds of things. So I found these, like, I want to say they're mosaic. I don't even know what they're inlaid with. You see those? I'm not being very good at displaying them, but, and I thought these would be great for a pendant, or if, you have really strong earlobes, like a, little ear bob thing. And so that's what I did, is I love grabbing just things that can become something else. And you can buy jewelry there, and there was gorgeous jewelry, but these only cost me a few euro a piece. So you have, like, for €5, a gorgeous set of, earrings that still remind you of the place, and, have your hand in them in some way, because you added, not that much of a hand. You're adding like a little dongle. So in any case, I thought those were a lot of fun. This woman also had at her stall these embroidery kind of ribbons, and so much of them, and they were so affordable. She just had, look, this was €1.50, or I think it was originally €1.50 for a yard or something like that, but she'd sell these little paddles of remnants for about €2 a piece, and I just went a little crazy. Because can you imagine, like, wrapping this around, a lampshade, or putting this at the border of curtains or a pillowcase or a frame? The ideas are endless. So I just kept going. I just got all I could find. And since they're small, I figured, they can stay inside my suitcases and paddle my other things that were a little bit more, look at that one. God, a little bit more fragile. So these were a very sturdy and easy thing for me to bring back. They're giving my mind something to play with. One of the best things that I found there. Super excited. This isn't very old, but it was another little thing that I found in like a little stand nearby. On the back of it, it says something, I don't know what it says. It says Florence, and probably the person who framed it. It's like this little, is he a pope? Is he a little boy? We don't know. He's cute. So he's going on somewhere on my wall. So maybe it's the Pope as a little boy. Anyways, I continue to go shopping. I mean, that's what the main gist of this trip was. I was there. This is actually part of Laura Caldwell's first trip to Italy. So I was there with a bunch of people with like minds. We were going to all these different antique malls. So it was pretty amazing to be with people who love, you know, the same kind of vintagey things that I do. The button lady also had one last thing I was going to show you. She had this, what do you want to call it? A chemise? I don't know. It's like cotton. It has someone else's initials in it. It has these little ends here where I guess it meets up at the top here where you can add a button. And she gave me some, you know, plain buttons, but I mean, I think I might go wild and do something kind of fun. I could even, if I felt like this wasn't fitting me properly, add like a little strap with some of the cool ribbon that I just got. Look at all the detail in this work. I mean, it's just amazing. You know, we don't have this kind of production anymore here in the States, so it's just really nice to see this. So it could be a nice dress. I could, you know, belt it, button it, and feel like I'm back there, even though no one was wearing this over there. So then I went to this really cute little antique shop, and my goal there was to actually find kind of more like runners and embroidered things. I want to give more texture to a lot of the spaces that I have, and I have a lot of horizontal surfaces that kind of feel a little stark, so I kind of want to soften them. And this lady helped me out a lot because she had this runner with the beautiful embroidery. This was €12, and it has a red backing, and you guys know how much I'm into red recently, just like red and green, so this was a really great, you know, purchase here. I also got this little one, this little landing pad of whatever sort. We don't know what this is, but that's what it's gonna be. If you're gonna put, you know, a tray on it, beautiful red backing. Look at this. I mean, this one was €5. Can't really pass that up. Again, what a great thing to pack, you know, it's gonna cushion all of my fragile items, and it really doesn't take up much space. This is just a scarf, but I think it's a really cool one, and this could also act as sort of something to cover a surface and just add more texture to a space. This one's, they say it's silk. I don't think it's silk. It's not like a hand-rolled edge sort of oh wait, it is. It is. Look, the edges are rolled. I think that's what they call it. It is hand sewn. It doesn't feel like silk, so maybe it's just a blend. And they're calling it 100% silk. So, you know, we should believe them. It's from Chernobyl. Made in Italy. Could be a scarf. Might go with this. Or it could just, again, be another runner for me to place other objects on. Layers. I'm talking about layers here. And this is the last one. This was sort of impulsive, but I do like the rusty colors in this. And this is pretty long as well. This was something from a different store, and I bundled this together with a few other items to get it down to probably about €5 for this. I don't know, are these creatures? Are they griffins? Are they leaves? That's the mystery of it all. Look, trees? I love it. I don't know. Do we have any identifying things? Obviously not handmade, but I like it. So from that same thing that I bundled with, I got something that's probably considered a bit of, you know, what do they call that in England? Taff, not taff. Faff, a bit of faff? No, tat, that's what it is. You know, this is just a little Florentine box. It has the Botticelli's Primavera on it, which this painting has some significance to me, so I wanted to get it. A little cute little box. So this is the last thing. This was a little bit of an impulse purchase. I was noticing that I was buying a lot more fabric-y things, and a lot of people around me were buying things with more substantial materials. And I don't know, I was just like, whoa, what are these? And I don't know, you tell me, what are these? I think they're little food picks, you know, like if you had like cheese on display or, I don't know, salami. And each of them has a different vegetable, so that's a mushroom. Maybe fennel, we're gonna say. Artichoke, eggplant. Let the jokes ensue. Is this a pepper? Maybe. And then like onion. So I thought they were cute. They're tarnished, so maybe they're silver plated. I don't see any markings on them, but this was just like one of those random must buy something sort of moments, but I still think they're pretty cute. So the next step I went to was Paris, and I know that it's known for its flea market, so that's where I primarily looked for different odds and ends. So there's like a very large one that everyone knows about. I'd read that, you know, it's very established, therefore you can't get a good deal there and then be, you know, a lot of people, personally, as an introvert, to just go to Paris already, like with the enormous amount of like human element, it's a bit overwhelming. So instead I went to this one that I saw recommended in a Paris blog of some sort. And I'll put the name here, something Marché Puce du Vin. I don't know, it's on the outskirts. It was amazing. It was exactly what I want. Almost every stall had something that I was like, ooh and ah, and like just so much cool stuff. And at this point, you know, I'd already filled up my case with so many things, but you know, I made some room because you have to, right? So the very first thing that I bought was kind of the biggest things that I bought. They're kind of still like dirty, dusty. I don't know where they've been sitting, but that's why I have them in this paper. Look at that. Just, I mean, little carved guy. I think he's got a mane, you know. This part is a little sheared off. And I know this is old. Look at all the little wormholes in there. You know, this is old. I mean, it kind of feels like it was ripped off something important. I don't know what. I tried my best to bargain. He wanted 60, and then I countered at 40, and then we went with like 45 for 2 of these. Yeah, it's not just one. So this one's in a little bit better shape, I guess. So you can see, just look at that. I mean, look at this detail. Someone hand carved this. I mean, just amazing. There's a hole and a hole for putting it up, I guess, against the wall. So I need your opinions. Like, what am I doing with this? Am I putting him in the corner of a door? Maybe like a shelf? What? Look, he's so cool. I don't know. So I need your opinions. I need your ideas. The next thing I got was another lady. This is a painted lady on a piece of wood. This I might have paid up for. Actually, I think this was the first thing I did buy. And so I paid up for it because I didn't know, maybe I didn't. I mean, it's an original painting and she's cool. I paid 20 euros for this. I think he said 25 at first and I went to 20. Maybe that's a good deal, maybe not. What's your opinion? You can mock my bargaining habits. I'm planning to do a whole portrait wall in this room, and I think she'd be a good addition. Again, trying to find more female representation. Like, why aren't people doing female portraits? You can find a lot of female nudes, but like not just their face, you know, I mean, chest and above, you know, like there seems to be, I don't know, a focus on everything below. This I thought was a spectacular deal. Okay, look at these guys. Something's been split off here. I think they like literally ripped it off of something maybe important because it's a carved wooden, we're gonna call it a griffin, a lion. I don't know. There's 2 of them. 2 of them. So cool. Do I add that to like a shelf I make? Do I, you know, saw this little bit off so that it looks like an intentional piece and then just stick it in something? I don't know. Again, once again, your ideas are going to be helpful. But these guys, I think he asked for 25 and I got them for 15 for the 2 of them. I don't know. Just the amount of work that someone puts into this. I asked him, you know, like, where is this from? You know, what's its origins? And he said, oh, you know, he was trying to explain this to me in French. And from what I gather, it was like something about how like these are outside people's houses. So like maybe this is part of a fence. What do we think? I don't know. Outside people's houses. That covers a lot of ground. And then I wasn't even gonna buy this. This was at a stall that had a lot of expensive things, but the price for this was kind of obscured, like someone had ripped part of the price tag off, but I think it originally said like 30 euros, but I was like, I'm just gonna ask him. And it was towards the end of the day, everyone was putting their stuff away, and he said 10, and I was like, done, you know, just because you know how I love the snakes. And if you don't, you haven't been watching any of my videos. I don't know, he's cool. I know he's like not that old. I think he's from the 70s, but you know, super cool, just Cobra. So I got him. And then the last place that I went to, or some place in the midst of it, was another one of these like bead places. Like this guy had a bunch of buttons and beads and glassware, beautiful glassware that I was not gonna even think about trying to take back. And I already made earrings out of these because it's so easy to do. So I have these ones that were just, again, like little, I wouldn't even call them beads because they didn't have like a little hole in them, but they must have been for some sort of reason. These were the Italian ones that I made. I thought these would be cute little earrings. And saw a horse one, so you know I had to get that. These were €1 a piece. Look at these. €1 for this. So I have a pair of earrings for €2. And these make great gifts for people too. They're small, they don't take up much room. So like I made these earrings out of these beautiful glass bead things. I plan to give those to somebody. So I think you should always keep your eye attuned for these pieces that could be something else, you know, and it gets your mind going towards different interesting ways that you can incorporate it in your apartment, the different types of gifts you can get people, and they don't have to take up a lot of room or cost a lot of money to be very distinctively from the place that you visited. I know that was a lot of stuff. I just wanted to show you all the things that I had so I can now start putting them away and figuring out places for them in my apartment. I'm really relying on you guys to come up with some ideas for some of these, you know, lion wood pieces that I have, because my mind is going, it's just not like going into places that maybe make the most sense. So help me out in the comments below. And then let me know if you guys are interested in more about the travel thing. This is the first time I've traveled by myself, but I will say that the best person to learn from about how to do something is someone who's just maybe a couple steps ahead of you. So if you want a video about how to travel, you know, alone, you know, maybe as a woman specifically abroad, let me know and I can make a video all about that. I got the ideas. I got the packing down. I got the gift ideas. I got the traveling safely. I got the activities. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. But please stay tuned. I do have a kitchen makeover coming in the future as well that I'm really excited about. Maybe I'll be incorporating some of these fun things in it. So, you know, keep watching.